everyone, it's Ann at Martin House Flowers. So it's pouring rain out, but we're not going to let that stop us from being creative and getting ready for the holidays. I wanted today to see what we could do in terms of making a DIY wreath out of this willow. And I don't know if you recall, but a few videos ago in the summer I did a hydrangea wreath, and I can link that below if you're interested. So I'm going to try to do two decor items today. This is a basket, a willow basket. I don't know if you've seen these, but you can hang it on a wall or a door. So I'm thinking I might hang this one on my door of the greenhouse. I just love it. And in the spring, I can change it up into something for the front door, assuming the birds don't nest in here. So this one I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and this wreath is just, I took apart that hydrangea wreath, and prior to that it was a magnolia, an artificial magnolia wreath that I had picked up from Target a few years ago, and I just didn't like the magnolia any longer. In the rain earlier today, I foraged some greenery from my Serbian spruce. This is from my Serbian spruce. It's a really unique tree in that it's blue on the top side and green on the underside, or vice versa, depending on how the leaves are. Actually, right now I'm looking at it, it's pretty much blue on the top side, as I showed you, like this, and then green on the underside. And it's just such a beautiful tree. So I'm not going to do a full-fledged, like all the way around greenery today on this wreath. I think I might just do either the side or the base, a traditional kind of, you know, bowing down here or something on the side. I think I like the idea of an arch, a side arch, and do that. And I don't think I have my pine cones here, but I can probably gather those. Or I think because it's still transitional, I did cut some of my beautiful endless summer hydrangeas on my east side. Let's see. Yes, that's the east side of the yard, right back there where my hydrangeas are and my obelisks. So they've turned this beautiful color, burgundy, and then some are still kind of lime green and soft pink. And hopefully with the intense sun no longer being the case, now that it's, you know, rainy fall season, hopefully they won't go brown as quickly as my hydrangea wreath did. I think I want to do my wreath first because I do want to soak the foam that I decided that maybe I will put some foam in here. Let's try it anyway. I have a bucket of water here. I can see the steam. And this is always an option for doing flower arrangements. I haven't used it much before. I think it's been years since I have. And I did purchase this 3-pack Flora Craft wet foam. So when you're buying this, there are 2 kinds on the market. I did get this again at Hobby Lobby, and I'm not affiliated with them, not sponsored by them, but it's just convenient and affordable to go there. It's really close by. But when you're buying your wet foam bricks, or your floral bricks, sometimes they're called, or floral foam, make sure you see that it says that it's for use with fresh flowers. I'm just going to take this and taper it a little bit here, bring it down to an angle. I just got an old steak knife from the kitchen. And that's really good. So there you go. And like I said, because I want to be able to reuse this, I'm going to line it in plastic, and then I think I'm just going to fill the front with foam. I don't care about what it looks like behind, because that will be facing the inside. And you don't want to immerse it, like force it down. You want to just kind of let it sink on its own so that it absorbs the water. So for supplies, I have my pruners, I have my fiskars, I have a pair of scissors, and I have my twine over here. Let's get started. I have a paddle of my floral wire here. So this other tree is from my weeping cypress, or weeping cedar over there, and we fondly call it Harry Potter, our Harry Potter tree. And I almost ordered a full cedar wreath, but I was reading the reviews, and sometimes they're a little bit floppy, and I think I always order a wreath that has a combination of fir and which are what most real Christmas trees are made of, and because they're just more substantial. But today I only have the weeping cypress and the Serbian spruce. Weeping cypress, the cypress or cedar is sort of the same, one and the same, and it's a little bit more floppy, so I think I'll have that on top. And but first prepare all of my branches here, and I don't know how much I got of each. So here's one that's the Serbian. So I'm just going to take this long branch and cut off the branches like that, so that I can work with the stems a little easier that way, and you get more mileage. When I'm making an urn arrangement, obviously I'm using the longer branches, but something like this, I can use these smaller branches. So let's try to get organized here. I'm going to put over here my piles of, oh, it smells so good. I just cut these a couple hours ago and just let them sit in here. You don't want to waste a nice branch, but yep, I'm going to use this one. That would work nicely there, as opposed to horizontally. Yeah, I think I like the idea of doing it in this direction. It's just the natural direction of the branch. So yeah, this might end up being my base, because then I can throw in some of these smaller ones. And it's always nice if you have multiple varieties of greenery, because it just adds texture to your wreath. So I encourage you to forage from your property, your yard, or your neighbors if you have a great relationship with them, or you have someone that has some land. I mean, I have never had to buy greenery. In the past, you know, I'm from Canada, and I always lived in a new home, but I was able to, once I got into doing greenery and such, my property had already, you know, all the trees we'd planted had already grown to a beautiful, mature oasis of greenery and trees. And so I always was able to, long story short, I was always able to just forage from my own property. And it's always nice because, you know, as us gardeners like to say, it's free, even though we had to pay for the trees initially, right? But once they're planted, it's always a good idea to prune them from time to time. You know, I'm doing this tree a favor, really, because the branches are laying on the ground, And much like your perennials, the more you prune, the more they grow. So I think we're pretty good. So I'm going to use as much as I can for the wreath so that I'm satisfied with what I have. I'm working with a limited amount today, and that's why I say, like, hopefully we can do both projects. And I won't know until the end of this video if I was able to do both. I have 2 piles, and I'm going to leave this one leaf. I was talking earlier and I was exfoliating, defoliating my hydrangeas. So let me know in the comments below, have you started your decorating, your Christmas shopping? So I've got my 3 piles ready. I got my hydrangeas over here. I have my Serbian spruce, and I have my weeping cypress. So let's find the big branch we were talking about, this one. And I'm really hoping I have enough left over to do the basket. So I think this is the perfect spot to wire it. So because it's on a paddle, it's nice and convenient that you don't have to cut your lengths until you're finished. So I'm going to start just first winding the first piece, the first length of wire, twist it, and attach it. Just wound it around in the back, and I'm going to basically try to adhere the first one as tightly as possible. Did I tell you how beautiful this smells? It's just really feeling like the holidays. Okay, so it's in there, and all of this mess of green wire will get covered up with foliage, I promise. So I'm going to just start kind of diagonally wiring in between, try to go in between some branches so that the leaves kind of camouflage the wiring, even though it's green. You also don't want it showing. Here. I wound it up three or four times around the top, and then I kind of diagonally went here, 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 and around. Now I'm going to continue with something larger in this cypress, like this one. I'm going to make my way back so that I'm not going back and forth several times. I'm going to come back and rewire this top part when I have other bunches in front of me. So your workspace is going to be a little messy. I'm so glad I'm not doing this indoors. My husband would probably not appreciate all these tiny little pine needles. People like to walk barefoot in our house and they would end up getting poked. Or poor Eddie. Never mind the humans, right? I'm really finding that seeing the cedar on top looks it's just what I'd rather see. You see this, the difference of the Serbian spruce, the spruce versus the cedar. It's more of a lighter green versus a blue or a dark, rich green. So I think I'm going to tuck in a bunch of these little guys into this area here. I think I'm going to use a nice buffalo check ribbon for this one. I also have a black and white one, which I can, I use this sometimes as a winter ribbon, just like after Christmas, and do that. But for the sake of making a holiday wreath, I'm going to do this buffalo check. Oh, it's just so traditional, and I love it. So I'm going to finish this guy off. Have little wire cutters that came with my chicken wire. I'm just going to cut enough of a piece here that I can wind around and, you know, wind it around so that it's secure. So let's just get this guy finished off. I'm probably going to tuck away a few things. So I'm going to wind him at the back. And I'm just going to, I'll zoom in later, just sort of loop him in into the wreath. Just secure him a few times, just loop him around a few times. Anywhere. And I think I want to do a traditional ribbon at the top, and then I will add some pine cones in after. So, need my free hands. So making a bow, there's a few methods. You know, you want to leave your length. First, how long you want it to hang down. And I like to have a little bit of length on here. You can always like to conserve at the same time. And I'm just going to, this one's different than my other ribbon that's up there that's felted on one side. This seems to be the same material on both. And you're just going to do your bow. Try to face it towards you. Pinch it in the middle like such. So you take your two, and I looped my around to cover up the twist. All right, and always get wired if you can, because it just creates a really nice, you can just like fluff it the way you want. So let's see if we just do a traditional thing like this. Does that look, you know, like enough? I think it is enough because I don't want the bow to be overpowering is my point. So I like that. And then I like to fork it, little points, and you just fold it in half. And the nice thing about this plaid is there is a mark that you can cut from, and that way it's nice and even on both sides. There you go. There we go. There's that one for now. And I can add some berries. There you go. And I think I might put a pine cone in here and just leave this latter part just green. Yeah. So that's that one for now. And now that I've decided to do the red for this wreath, definitely the hydrangea was not, isn't really a good match because it's got the pink. So let's move this aside. Just let it. I could hang it outside right now, but it's pouring rain. I don't want it to immediately get weathered. And you know what? If I feel like I need to finish it off, I will. I might have gone too far over here, but it's one of those things that can evolve. If I get more greenery, or I can always do that. But for now, I wanted to just try doing a half wreath. I've got my pre-soaked sponge, floral foam. I'm going to drop it in there because we tested it. I'm going to do a fresh cut like we do with flowers so that it will drink, and put on an angle so it will drink as much as possible. I'm just going to shove it in there. I might have to come around to the front so I can see better, but for now. So this baby is really nice, but I think all of these guys here are not going to be useful, so I'm going to tear those off. And this should last a nice, this should last a few weeks because I've got it in floral foam. I thought about just, filling up the basket, but I thought, you know what, let's let it last a little longer because I am doing this early, and I don't want to have to redo it or have it go yellow, before Christmas when we're in minus 20-degree temperatures here in Northern Illinois. So because it was a tight squeeze, I decided to pull out the bag of Greenery and line the front first. That would have been a smart thing to do. So I'm going to do a combination of this Greenery because I'm worried that it's just going to get smushed to the base because it was pretty tight. But I'm just going to hopefully get... This stuff is so compacted, you should always spread it out. And this is the mess I make in the greenhouse. This green stuff, I'm finding it everywhere. This is kind of funny. That is way better. Oh, so much better. Okay, let's continue. I thought I would just finish it off with, I decided instead of this black and white one to go with something kind of transitional or definitely holiday. I love the green and blue, green and black plaid. I'm just gonna tie a bow on here. Just do a multi-loop bow because it is a narrower one. Probably speed this up because this video is getting too long, I'm certain. there you have it, which is a traditional wreath. I hope you enjoyed this video and gave you some ideas of what you can do, something more traditional like a Christmas wreath, or in a half greenery. I might go all the way around if I get more greenery, but I kind of like it this way too. Or a door basket. So if you enjoyed this video, I hope you will like it and subscribe to my channel and share it. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.